We've been investors with DLP coming up on 2 years now. Backstory is we've been a very entrepreneurial family for about 30 years now, most of it in and around real estate in a variety of capacities. And the focus really the last 20 years has been around the short-term vacation rental industry. My background is actually in finance and real estate. To me, Finance 101 long ago in school was diversification. It was a very key word. And so the company that I built with a couple of partners, we were very diversified. We had literally thousands of doors that we earned a little bit of revenue on almost every single month. And so as I went looking for investment vehicles, because we were blessed with having an exit from our company about 4 years ago, and I wanted to find kind of a similar model that didn't require me to be working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week to generate that revenue. And so what initially attracted me to the DLP model in looking at specific funds was the diversification. I've worked really hard these last couple of years since I sold my company to not be investing in a single asset where I felt like I had a big exposure there. Sometimes outsized returns, but also outsized risk. Don't need to take those risks any longer. And so I love the fund approach where literally some of these investments with DLP, I could be getting a little piece of, again, thousands of doors. Even though Lynn is really kind of our CFO and COO of our family business and still to this day runs the financial side of all of it, her background is not in real estate and finance to the degree that mine is. And so I wanted to make sure that what we invested in, that if something tragically happened to me, that she would be in a spot where it still provided a great return, but she was also comfortable with that diversified approach.
First of all, I do want to make a good return on our money. It's what we live on. But I very much love DLP's ethical, moral, virtues-based approach to investing, to how employees are treated and rewarded in various things, how investors are treated. Just with this event this weekend, it's a great return, but it's not just return on money, it's also a return on your mind, your heart.
We're Christians, and we very much are comfortable with the fact that you come here and there's no secret here. God is an important part of this journey. From Don, the founder, to the executive team, to even the other speakers that have been here this weekend, it's just in alignment with where our heart is as well. The ultimate goal is not to maximize our return, it's to get to heaven. And to be on this journey with a faith-based group of individuals, as Lynn said, trying to do good, do well, and still maximize a return, we find that extremely comforting.
It is personal and warm. We work with Rich Delgado, fantastic man and human being. We have had some investments in the past where you do call the 800 number, and there's not even a name on the sheet of paper who I need to talk to about our business, about our account. It's just whoever picks up the phone that's in that department, and that's just kind of cold, and it may be even a little scary at times. I want a person. I need to know a person. That's just important to me. It makes me feel secure in our investments when I know there's a person that's looking out for what we're doing with their company, and not just a person in a pool at the 800 number.
Yeah, one of the things I like about DLP is that there's a variety of funds here, and we put our focus on 3 particular different funds, and we have 3 different objectives with each of those funds. One of them is more about the appreciation. I've done real estate development before on a small scale, and I realize how you literally can create value in the development process. And so I like that being involved in the fund that does the development, as an investor, I get to participate in that uplift. There's other funds that are more tax efficient, where you get to take advantage of depreciation and other tax components. And so from our investing that we do, that we're trying to really maximize the tax efficiency of it, we have money in that particular fund. And then the third fund is one of the lending funds that we have, and we have some need for some money in about the next year. And so I wanted to have pretty good liquidity or availability within 60, 90-day window to be able to pull those funds. But in the meantime, I didn't want to have just dead capital sitting there getting very small return instead of, a target rate of, somewhere in that 8%, 6 to 8% preferred, and then target goal is, around that 10% number, give or take a little bit. And so I was like, well, hey, if I can do that and leverage these 3 different funds, then that really satisfies the needs of what we have as we're moving our financial plan forward. And it's another great benefit is that it's not just one fund and you're done. It really depends on your individual interest. But I would challenge people, you need to come. You need to come and meet the people, you need to meet other investors, you need to see the various vendors, you need to talk to the employees and draw your own conclusion. But I'm confident if you do that, it'll be the same conclusion that we made.